Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines Exactville. Okay, so let's quickly add a bit more water utilities running alongside this road. We maintain the side of the road quite well over here, as you would. Okay, good stuff. We've extended that out there. There's stuff happening over here. I really need to have a look at our bus network, public transport in general, but this is our next matter of concern. We need to solve the traffic that is starting to become a big issue onto this highway network right here. This highway is really becoming a very good, very nice arterial for the city, linking the industrial areas with the main highway network, but also providing a bit of a bypass route around the city and the main city area, so you don't actually have to drive through all the time. But we are kind of focusing our densest areas alongside it, while in reality you would do that, you definitely see that, but you would also find density along the river, and you would have to get these guys upgraded to sort that out. So maybe I'll do a little bit over there to get this dense and a bit more traffic. I was trying to do it over there, but maybe we should do a bit more density alongside the river over there as well. Okay, what are we going to do over here? If I put on the topo, you will see that we are plagued by a bit of a kind of uphill battle towards this area. So what are our options for this? The most simple and straightforward option for this would be a similar arrangement that we did in the city over here. We just do a single point intersection that doubles up. But the other thing that I'm also going to do is upgrade this road a little bit. Should I? That's not really, this area here is now becoming a big intersection with a big right turn movement, connecting it onto this road over there, providing access for these guys from that side. So we might need to do something about that, but first things first, we need some inbound movement. How many lanes do we do? And I am thinking we need probably about two lanes in here. So let me pause this. I'm going to do it pause so I don't have to deal with too much issues. And what I'll do, I want to take out that one there as well. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to look at a 2x2 section into here, right? Something like that. I'm not snapping at the moment, so let's do that. No, I didn't want to snap it there. And let's do this, yeah, like so. Okay, so that'll be where we're actually providing this access point. It's going to be a little bit of a different movement to try and get this to work, though. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a look at that now. So it's going to be a bit of a bigger construction. Okay, I think first things first. Well, let's get rid of these. Get rid of these running through here. Give ourselves a bit of room. Probably put them back. And as you can see, this is a bendy section. Actually, you know what? I'm wondering, that might not be the best. Actually, this might not be the best. We'll get to it. I'm wondering about the roundabout, right? But the roundabout along a slope like this might also not work very well. So let's drop back this a little bit. Yeah, pull it back. Give ourselves some room. Yeah, and let's do that. So let's look at the two-lane roundabout. Oof, on this slope, it's going to be tough. Okay, now we need definitely to do snapping and angles, and we need this tool over here. And let us see about doing 5 that way, 5 this way. Okay, 5 this way and 5 that way. Yeah, 5 that way and 5 that way, and then 5 this way. Yeah, and 5 that way. So there we've got a bit of a roundabout happening. And what we could do, it is not, well, the slope isn't that bad, it's just not quite center, because we probably needed a little bit more center underneath it. But I think the roundabout is going to work. I was just checking it on the slope there, and I really do think it is going to work. So let's, that might be a good spot to start us out with. And we want to start with 5. Well, now the snapping is a little bit of a problem because of where we started. Yeah, this general direction is good. If I can get it to go straight. Yeah, that's what I want. Like that. Ooh, I want 5. 5 this way, 5 that way, 5 this way, 5 that way, and 5 like that, and it's going to be, it's not, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, really pretty good. Okay, so now, in order to give ourselves a little bit of room, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably tie us in like so. Yeah, how does that look? That works. That works. It's got a bit of a slope going on over there, but it does work. It really does work. And then what we can do is we can actually double this one through there. I think that will probably be a good idea. So as to create that to be the big road, and then we'll look at how we manage the signal over there. Okay, so now let us look at extending the bridges over the top here. We probably need to give it a little bit of a kink in there. Okay, so let's go up. How far do we have? We've got about 22. So let's go up 6 over 11. Yeah, like that. And then we will go up and, ooh, hang on. That's a bit not quite what I was thinking. I need to check the distance up to here. So 18. Oh, actually, just 15. So we'll go up 6 over 7. Excuse me, my bad. 6 over 7. And that's probably too tight. Way too tight. Let's trim this back a little bit more. Trim that one back. That's going to be better. Okay, so now we've got tons of room, 25. So we'll go up 6 over 11 or 12. Yeah, let's do 12. 6 over, yeah, like 11, like that. Oh, 6, please. Go up 6 like that. And then what we'll do is we'll go up another 6 over here, right? Is that going to be high enough? Right there, right? Can we go over the top of it now? Okay, now we'll give it a bit of a... Interesting. Fine, well, we'll do it straight over here then. We'll run it straight over there, and then I'm going to trim that one back, and we're going to drop that down. Nice and gradually again. 6, ooh, maybe just do something like that. Come on, give me my turn. Without going over the top, this turn is really... You can't get the gradual curve on this. It's just, oh, but I do have move it, so I'll move it. 6 like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to use move it, and we're going to move it ever so gradually like this. Yeah, that's decent. And then I'm going to just take out the kink. Oh, that looks so much better. So much better. The move it really helps with getting those angles right. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. We're going to drop it down into there. Is that okay, or is that too steep in the end there? No, I think that is actually quite good. That is quite good, and we don't even have to move it. Good stuff. That's looking like a very nice gradual overpass. We're having to ramp quite a distance because of the slope that we're dealing with, the natural slope of the environment that we're dealing with over here. Now let's do the other direction. I would have to trim that back to that point. And what I want to do is I would want to try and maintain the same kind of setup over here. Wow, look at that, it's snapping. I don't want it to snap to the grid, please. So don't snap to the grid. And I want, so why is it snapping to road guidelines too? Yeah, that's what I don't want that. So what I do want, however, is something like this. I want just to space it appropriately. We want to, that looks good actually. Does that look good? Or is that a little bit? Is that? Let's go straight from the top. Okay. Let's do this. Yes, I think that is about what I am after. Nice. So that is our bridge there. Now what we'll do is we will get this to get this to come up gradually over here. So the first 6 meters like that. Okay, then the next 6 meters, and the next 6 meters like this. And now I'll just use move it to get our angles right. No, move it. Let's move it. I'm going to start by taking that, and then I'm going to move this one a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Oh, I'm liking that. That is looking very good. That's a straight. This one I can probably tweak a little bit more. Yeah. How does that look? A little bit of kink over here. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Now I've got a bit of a kink over here, right? Hang on. What I'll do is I'll do that. Oh, yes. I need to turn this a little bit. And now I will move that one a little bit like that. Oh, how does that look? That is amazing. The mover tool really helps a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. Now I'm going to run it straight down on that side. So let me get that back. So we'll drop it 6. We'll drop it 6 in about 12 meters. Yeah. There we go. And we'll tie it in. Is that okay? Not liking it. I might just use move it to do the levels a little bit over here, because that is a bit of an issue. No, not that one. I want this one. So let's move that down ever so slightly. This one I want to move up a little. Ooh. That's not really working. That's not really doing what I want. What I need to do is I probably need to, extend it just a little, like before doing that, just like that. How does that look? Yes, I am liking the slopes on that. That looks very good. Okay, keep pressing this. Okay, so there we go. There is our overpass. We're actually doing 2 instead of the 1. We are making provision to connect into something over here, because we've got this is about the shallowest slope onto this ridge, so this is probably where we will do a road up there. So I think that's working quite well. Now, tying into that roundabout, we will just do single lane ramps. So let me get rid of that, and let us get a bit of a single lane ramp happening over here. Is that, how does that look? Yeah, that looks pretty good. No, hang on. I want to tie it into. Okay, so is that slope is too steep? Ah, guys, that slope is way too steep. But how can that one work though? That one actually rose over the top of this, so it should definitely be doable. Okay, hang on. Let's. Yeah, the problem is it's running a little bit on the steep side here, and we can't actually clear the bottom of it either. Realistically, we would be having it through there. Okay, let's pop it in here and see. Yeah, see, that is fairly steep. Okay, let's use move it and see what we can do with that. I would rather much so with move it you can I'm bypassing my own rules using move it. I just want this to be a bit nice and straighter. Yeah, that looks how you would pretty much see it in reality. However, I want to yeah, shift and connect them, and no, one, no, not control, shift and shift, and how do I, there we go. Yes, this is becoming a bit of an issue over there. I'll try and fix that now. If we move it like this. Okay, now, so now it's way too close. So let's just, I just want to do this one. So forget about that. Just do this one. I just move that one out a little bit more. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just a little bit more. So that's running like kind of parallel. Now let's see about tying this in. Yeah, well, let's tie it in like that to start with. This is very close to that section. Oh, look at that! Oh, I warped it completely. Completely warped it. Let's try move it again. To just tie that in a little bit. That's okay. Let's do it over here. Let's bring that in. Yes, that's much better. That is much better. It's still not quite there though. Let's do it from the top over here. Now I can't actually grab the... Can I grab it? Please let me grab it. There? Hang on. Where is it? So yeah, let's smoothen that out a little bit. Smoothen. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I need to bring this in a little bit. So I know what's happened over here though. We've lost one of our points. We had a point in the middle, and that's what has caused this concern. Okay, anyway, we'll get the others in there and then we'll shape it back. Don't do that. Okay, so that's our first ramp, and we're giving it plenty of space, and that doesn't, it's steep, but it doesn't seem over the top steep to me. What I might also do is just pull this back a little bit, and I could also do with filling it a little bit over there. Yeah, maybe this is what we needed to do. Yeah, something like that. Right. And then I'm going to go for the terraforming tool, and we're gonna select the level, use a bit smaller brush, select the level over there, actually select this level over here, and come on, select the level and move it, select the level over there, so that the road is definitely pushing it down. So that's not really what is happening. So actually then maybe what I should do is grab move it again, select this one, and start by moving it up just a tad, right? Just like that. Fine. We're going to stick with that. I'm not going to spend more time on this ramp over here. I think that works quite well. Let's do the opposite direction. Grab move it out of it there. run this one, just the single line from there. And what I need to do is I don't want it to be snapping, but it is snapping, so well, let's just use move it again to sort that out. Yes, so let's do one like that, and then let's just do straight all the way along there, and we'll tie in. Why can't we tie in? Because of the slope again. So let me move it. Let's drop this a little bit more, just so that we can get the tie in, and then we'll manage the slope from there. Okay, so there we go. That's a pretty steep slope. This is this direction though, so it is a down slope. So it is something that even in reality you would find is much more acceptable. Still a problem, really? This is like almost, well, it's not almost the same level. Fine, let's do that. Let's drop it a bit more and bring it closer. And now, geez, if that can't tie in, I don't know what can. Yeah, it's got an issue though. Some kind of issue is happening. Okay, so let's just link these two up. Why the hell is that? Wow, it's a massive, a massive difference in slope here. So actually, let's trim back. Did we trim it back all the way? No, fine. Let's see about. Really can't do that? Wow, that's insane. Fine, then let's trim that one back. We'll run this. Now we've completely lost it. Okay, so move it again. Move it and pull it this way. I'll look at the slope now. So that should be fine. Now we've arranged for a decent slope here. Well, we've arranged it to connect. It should now connect. How on earth can it still not connect? What's happening with my topo? It's like the same level, guys. It's like the same level. Okay, let's pull it back a tad over here. Yeah, something like that. And see about this. Too steep. Okay. Anarchy it is. And we will fix it. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's move it. Let's level this. Let's bring this up again. And this one. And how do I... Can I get this to be... This is now becoming a bit of a problem since I've messed this around. It's not nice and flat, so now we've got tons of issues over here. Tons of issues. Let's move it here, and let's page down that a little bit so it's a nice small bit of a more gradual access over there. I don't like that. That never happen. That would never happen. So let's see the rest of this slope though. Wow, it is pretty steep, but it is a downward, so I'm not going to be too fussed by it. What I do, however, want to have a look at is straightening this up a little. Okay, doing that. Yeah. Is this going up and then down? Wow, interesting. Okay, and let's do this. It's not the end of the world to be doing that, but it is probably not great. Can we just there we go. There we go. We'll terraform the land a little bit. Yeah, that is a pretty decent road out there. Good stuff. What it is, however, problematic is if we do want to do a straight section, we're going to have a problem with it. So let's pop that one nice and close over there. Move this one over this direction and get it very close to under the bridge as possible. Nice. That is what we're going to do. Just going to see, we're probably underneath those piers. No, we're not. We're not underneath the piers, but it is a little bit funny. So let's give ourselves a little bit of a better shape there, and that is looking pretty good. I'm spending a lot of time on this. Okay, now opposite direction. This move over here, let's do the same thing here. Okay, so Is that, yeah, I'm just gonna go with the straights actually. I don't want to, and there we go. There it is. Now I just need to kind of get it sorted a little bit. So I'm gonna move this one right there. I'm gonna move that one right there. Oh, I still have anarchy on, I think. Let's move this. now I'm really screwing up. Okay, fine. Let's delete those. Delete that one. Good stuff. Okay, now let's hang on. Go back to move it. Let's move it. I want it. It probably needs a little bit of an angle like that, and then I'll bend this one in the other direction to be. Yeah. That is pretty good. Like so, and we might actually move this forward a little bit. That is looking pretty good. That is looking really good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Making good use of the space. Need to maybe sort out this just a little bit. It's a little bit over the top. There we go. You would really see that kind of thing. That looks really good. That's how it works. I'm liking it. Okay, good stuff. That one is in. Not gonna mess around with that anymore. Yeah, even the slope is looking good. That's a pretty good angle in there. You'd probably see that stretch a little bit further so that you've got better lines of sight over here. I'm not gonna mess with that too much. So let's do that. Tie it off there, and then connect it onto there. Oh, that is looking good. And that might even be done just like that. That might be good just like it is. That's it. That is going to be our next axis over there. What I'm also going to do is, do I have anarchy on or off? I have no idea. On, off. Okay, so anarchy is off. What I also want to do is upgrade these sections over here. Okay, and this bridge, and now I'll have to move this out of the way a little bit. Yeah, like so, and like so. Okay. There we go. That's okay. Okay, now let's see if we can do the rest of this upgrade. Upgrading the road, another type, choose the type on the piece of the road. Well, I knew that. How about this section? Is it still a big problem? Okay, fine. Then let's go back to, let's do some of these smaller big roads, right? Let's do this one. Yeah, let's do that. This should be much better. So now the Kinky Overpass has been upgraded into a much busier kind of road, more in line with what you would find. And these road types never actually provide you with a signal, but that would be a signal over there. This is a signal over here, so I'm liking that arrangement. It is kind of working well. Question that I have, should I see about moving that in a little bit? I think that actually works much better. Get that angle right. Good stuff. That is looking good. Let us see it in action now. I want to see it in action. Okay, shall we ramp this up? Let's see what everybody does. Let's just get all of this traffic moving out of the way. Yeah, that's doing well. Good stuff. How's this doing? Still looking funny. I'm still gonna mess with this a little bit. Maybe between episodes I'll try and clean that up a little bit. Yeah, this is looking good. We obviously still have these intersections over here, and to be honest, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna take out the movement there and the movement there. Yeah, I'm gonna take out these movements and the movement there. So these roads are all gonna provide kind of right in, right out arrangements onto the main road, which is something that you would find, but nothing more than that. And I probably will trim back one of them too. Oh, I still have signals over here, so let's just get rid of these signals now. Take that out, thank you very much. Take that out and take that out. No signals, no signals at all. Did I lose power on this side? No, I did not. So what is happening? This is now a problem. Yes, what I'm gonna do is I need to get rid of this. So I need to get rid of this and bridge this one over the top. I think that's what's required. Yeah, there's a different arrangement that I could do over here, but let's get rid of that one and let's take these out, and we'll get this road to flow again. As soon as that's cleared, we should have a continuous stream over here. Yeah, how's that going? Yeah, good. We need a little bit of time for the traffic just to sort itself out with new routing and so on, but I am liking our arrangement here. It's working very well. What you would, however, find is that there's probably a section over here where this is 3 lanes. So let's upgrade that a little bit. I go over here, I get the 3-lane section, and I upgrade this section. And maybe that one, yeah. So that gives us a little bit of a better flow and merge environment, I'm hoping. But that's effectively what we do. On this side, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to merge it into 3 lanes so that there's a little bit of room for that, and then that drops down after that. And in line with doing that connection, what I'll do is these guys have to do that. Yeah. And these guys do that, and then on this side we need them to merge together from the outside. Yeah, there we go. That's how that works. I'll do the same thing on this side. Yeah, something like that, and that will also resolve our concern with side distance and so on. And then over here I will do that one through there, that one through there, and that one to merge together over here. So if that gets busy, this will then further be upgraded. But I think all in all this is working well. This is now getting busy again because we don't have any more traffic problems along this section. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So that's a good access into the city from here. We've upgraded this, and as soon as this becomes a bit of a problem from a traffic point of view, we might do something with the signal over here as well. In addition, we can also do a further overpass over here to see what, but there's not a lot of distance. If we overpass from here, we might have to overpass it directly onto the highway, but we're not going to get into extreme measures like that at this point in time. Okay guys, I'm going to put a cut in this episode. Yes, so I'm ExactChaos, and this is Cities Skylines Exactville. If you've liked this episode, please give me a thumbs up, and if you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.